Hello, this is Chris here to talk to you about the latest update for Starmade. This patch includes a new thrust system which will give you more control on how you build and pilot your ships. To begin, all ships now have different max velocities that is dependent on your thrust to mass ratio. Your server will still have a server speed variable in its config file. The minimum speed you can achieve is half of your default server speed. The maximum speed you can achieve is 3 times your default server speed. With overdrive, you can reach 4.5 times your default server speed. Be aware, however, that taking structural damage will decrease your max speed. Another change to the thrust system is a customization menu for your thrusters. Access this menu by entering a ship and finding it under the Ship tab on the top bar. From here, you can alter how much thrust is dedicated to your 3 axes of movement. The higher the percentage of thrust in any axis, the higher the rate of acceleration. It is possible to remove all thrust from an axis altogether, so make note of that. Additionally, you can set how much thrust is dedicated to rotating your ship versus accelerating. Take note that altering your thruster settings will require some calibration time, and you will not see the change for a few moments. There are a few more options in this menu. The Inherit Thrusters from Docked button does what you might guess. Docked entities can now contribute their thruster pool to the main ship. Newtonian Physics is now applied on all servers. You can enable or disable inertial dampening at any time now in the thrust menu. Inertial dampening slows your ship down over time, bringing you to a complete stop. You can also set inertial dampeners to activate upon exiting your core. With the last update, we introduced cargo. The latest update will activate player capacity limits and enable them on other inventories such as factories, shipyards, and chests. In order to smoothen the transition, a meta item will be created if you spawn while over-encumbered. The meta item will hold these additional materials. You can then remove those materials from the meta item, but you cannot add to it. Admins can, however, and they can use this meta item for various purposes. We forgot to mention personal cargo in the last update, and it's pretty important, so real quick let me explain. You can now tether any storage from a friendly ship in the same sector to your personal inventory. Access the storage you want to use and click the Use as Personal Cargo button. Lastly, we have done some work on asteroids. Asteroid spawning has caused some variants to become quite rare, and as such we have altered their spawning so that they may deviate more and become more common. There is a ton of specific changes and more information in this patch notes. A link can be found in the description below. I highly advise you go check that out. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and thanks for playing Starmade.